Today we're going to be looking at KDP interiors and specifically how to change up and modify those interiors that you can buy online and make them your own so that you can potentially avoid any duplicate content issues and protect your account. So this is vital. It's very important you do watch the video. Now, if you've not been here before, my name is Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you do like videos like that, then please do give it a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notification of when I produce more videos like this. So KDP interiors are very popular to buy online, and you can buy them individually, such as those that you find on graphic sites like Creative Fabrica. You can also get them on subscription from Creative Fabrica, and there's also sites like Tangent Templates where you can also get these different interiors. Now, one of the issues that's come up of late is that of duplicate content. Now, this was an issue previously in relation to things like public domain works. Now, excuse that noise because that's a boat passing. And people were publishing these public domain works on Amazon and being penalised for duplicate content. And rightly so, because Amazon didn't want a whole load of books published all with the same interiors. And I've heard of cases happening of late where people are being pulled up for colouring book interiors. Now, these may be interiors that they've bought online and not modified themselves, or even had interiors made themselves, original interiors, but they've published, say, maybe 4 or 5 books, different covers, but with all the same colouring book interiors. And Amazon has pulled them up on this duplicate content issue. And it does potentially put your account in jeopardy. So it's important that you don't fall foul of this if you can help it. Now, I think I heard someone mention last week that with a low content book interior they had issues with duplicate content as well. So what I want to show you today is how you can get one of these interiors offline, change it up, make it your own, make it a bit more original, change up the wording, and maybe even do something that matches the cover of your book, so creates this sort of cohesive publication. You know, the fonts that you're using are the same as the ones on the cover, that type of thing. So one of my current go-to places for interiors is Creative Fabrica, and they've got a wide range of interiors. And in a moment I'm going to show you a small tip on niche research, which is quite a useful thing that I found. And today we're going to be looking at this. It's a teacher journal. Now, schools are supposedly starting to go back August, September. So teachers will start to be buying these teacher journals. And if they don't go back, you may find parents wanting to purchase these sorts of journals to help with their homeschooling. You could even maybe modify a teacher journal and market it as a homeschooling journal for parents. That's just a free little tip I'm going to give you today. Now, even if schools didn't go back, teachers would probably still need these because they'll be doing their lessons maybe via video links or just online, so they'll still need a record of what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So you may find sales of these starting to go up over the next couple of months. But this is just an example. Now, here's my little tip. This interior on Creative Fabrica, the one that we're going to use today, is created by Beast Designer. And if you click on their name, you'll see that they've got quite a large range of interiors, 4 pages worth in fact. Now, what I found useful is that these give you ideas for different niches, and I found some here that I hadn't thought of before. Things like a gardening expense record book. Never thought of that. So you could use this as a bit of a resource. You don't even need an account or to buy anything. You can just go to Creative Fabrica and have a look and get some ideas for different niches. And these can be bought individually with a commercial license, or you can subscribe and also get things like fonts, other types of graphics, crafts, other types of print on demand, graphic resources as well. Now, gotta say this, and that is, if you're using graphics from anywhere, whether it's Creative Fabrica, designbundles.net, fontbundles.net, that type of thing, make sure you're familiar with the license agreement. A lot of people ask me, is it okay to use graphics off this site? My answer is It's your account, it's your business, it's your responsibility to check that what you're doing is legal and you're not breaking any copyright rules, because at the end of the day it's your account that's in jeopardy. So it really is a must that you make yourselves familiar and satisfied that you're sticking to the rules. Okay, that's my little rant over. So all you need to do is go to one of the journals, whether it's off here or another site. I do use tangent templates as well, and they're easily modifiable in many graphic design programs like InDesigner and Adobe Illustrator. And I must say, on the issue of duplicate content interiors, things like lined interiors, dot grid interiors, graph paper interiors, that type of thing, there's no real issue there because they're all of a standard appearance, and it'd be a bit daft if Amazon was to stop people publishing those types of interiors. But it's more the, I suppose people are calling these, I heard this term last week, medium content interiors. So not quite the low content, but they're medium content. They've got a bit more words in, a few more design elements to them. So anyway, teacher journal, click on download, and then you'll be presented with a PDF version or PowerPoint version, and then just open up the PowerPoint version, which can also be opened up in Keynote on Apple Mac, so you can use the same principles that I'm going to do today to modify the pages. And this is what we're presented with. Now I think there are 101 pages here, so you could theoretically just upload this. It's 8.5 by 11, and you could just upload this to KDP as is, as a 101 page book. Again, wouldn't recommend it. Some of these interiors have slight mistakes in them and you need to check them, alignment issues and that type of thing, so a lot of them I found do need a little bit of tweaking. So we've got our first page here, second page, which is the left hand side page, and the third page, which is right hand side page. What we're going to do today is just modify the first page and the second page, and you can use the same principles I'm giving you today to then modify the other page, and then it's just a case of deleting all the other pages, copy and pasting the pages you've changed, and creating a book of however many pages you want. So first of all, what we're going to do, I'm going to remove these day boxes up here. And as I said, the idea of this is to make it look a bit different than the interior that other people would have purchased. So we've highlighted day, just going to copy and paste that. It's going to make sure it lines up nicely like so, and then just click the arrow, move it along. Now I'm going to have these just nearish the center, so PowerPoint give you these alignment tools like so it all lines up nicely in the middle. Now you've got to take into account, it looks like the designer of this has taken into account the margins here, and that's for the bleed and also the margins for the spine, so make sure that is all correct as well. I have done a video on getting the right margins and bleed. You just do a search on my channel to find that. Now I want to change the fonts to something a bit different, maybe a handwritten type font. So I'm just going to highlight these two words, go over to our font box, and we're going to choose one that I've used before actually, Bradley Hand. There we go. And we're just going to change the size of that to let's see, 28. Okay. Now these, I'm just going to change each individual word, Bradley Hand font, change it to bold, increase the size to 24, and we'll do the same here. Now I'm changing each word individually so it doesn't mess up these lines. Okay, and we'll do that for all these words here, and I think a handwritten font suits this particular niche. So here's our last word, this is the notes, again change that to 24, bold. Okay, so we're getting there already. Now you can see this has just nudged that over a bit, so I'm just gonna, it makes that line slightly shorter. Don't know if we put a space in, it'll help now, but that looks okay. That would be fine, that'd be acceptable. So instead of word of the day, I'm going to write, let's have a think, let's put today's word, and instead of challenges of the day, let's write in challenges, and we'll need to move that along. And I say with PowerPoint's alignment tools, that all becomes quite easy to align everything up. And wins of the day, I'm just going to put wins. You could change that to whatever you wanted. This is just say as an example. and it's not for something for everyone to go out and duplicate to the letter. Now today's words looks a bit small, so I'm just going to increase the size of that. I'm going to change that to 28. That's a bit better. Now you can see here what's happened to this line, so I'm just going to remove some of them. That's it, move that along. Now this box here, I'm going to change this box. Now what I'm going to do, we're in the home tab, just click on this rectangle box here. I'm just going to draw a rectangle over where this box would be, like so. It doesn't need to be exactly the same size. We want shape fill as white, shape outline as black. This is what I want to change, and that is, I want the sketched style and curved. Okay, quite like that. I'm just going to copy that, paste it, drag it down over to this rectangle here. Actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete those two rectangles there, and then just drag this across, and it should align it all for us. So there you go. Already we've got something that looks a little bit different, a bit more handwritten. I'm going to move everything down a bit, so I'm going to actually delete this bottom line, move this box down because everything looks a little bit squashed up, and then just drag everything down a bit like so. Move that down a little bit more. I'd say if you were doing this you could just spend a few more minutes on doing that. And so we've got something there that looks different to what we had at the start. Again, there might be some things you might want to change just a little bit. I mean, that line looks a tiny bit longer than I'd like. I'd want to shorten that slightly. I think you'll agree that looks a bit different to the original box, which is that. I mean, you may prefer the original box, I don't know, but you can see by having a different font, changing the words, you can change something around a bit. And then this looks a bit different, and you know, you could use the same font on the cover of your notebook, or just use a font here that you have been using on the cover of your notebook. Keeps it all together quite nicely. And I said I would show you just quickly that the front page you would just do the same sort of thing really. Let's just, where are we, Bradley hand. That looks a bit too much over there, and I think we'll increase the size of that, something like that. Again, just move it, lines in the middle of that. This change also to the same Bradley font, probably make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this box just slightly larger. It looks a bit cramped at the bottom there. And again, I'm going to change this outline to match our interior, more of a hand-drawn style, like so. I'm going to make it just slightly larger because it's encroaching there, and I think that looks okay. I'm just going to move it up very slightly using the arrow keys, and I think that looks pretty good. And you could do the same with these words down here. Just change the font. You may probably find you have to adjust the lines when you do change the font. But you can see where we're going with this. Now, just in PowerPoint alone, it's quite easy to change that. And just one small note, with this front page, that teacher journal, you could change that to the keyword that you're using on your book, whether it's on the front cover or on the spine. I have had some books in the past where the main title on that first page doesn't match the title of the book, and they've asked me to change it, which, you know, is simple enough to do. So I think whatever you're using for your title of the book, make sure this reads the same. So that would probably be the keyword you're using. So this might be a sort of teacher diary journal or teacher journal. And again, it would mean that your interior is a bit more original. And I'm not sure if Amazon, whether they know what the content of the book is, i.e. the words that you're using. I suspect they do. And whether this may actually help with your overall keyword ranking. I'm not 100% sure, but wouldn't surprise me if it does. So that's another little free tip for you for today. So there you go. We've got something that looks slightly different, not hugely so, but different enough to not be pulled up with duplicate content, different enough to match the cover, make things look more cohesive, make things look more professional. Make sure you get all your alignments right, because that's something that can stand out. And again, PowerPoint helps with the alignments. I'm just going to shut the window because the boat is about to pass. And there you've got it. And then it would just be a case of when you've got this page and you've got your second page that you've modified, you just highlight them both, Control C, Command C to copy, and once you've deleted all the other pages in the book, you then just copy paste all the way down till you produced 120 pages, whatever. So I hope you found that useful. I find this very good because I change up all the interiors that I buy, and I think it certainly does make a difference because Amazon does like content that is different in books, and there'd be no harm in using one interior and creating 3 or 4 different books, each one targeting a different keyword in the title and different keywords in the subtitle. Don't go and use the same interior and produce 400 and something books, because you'll find that none of them will get ranked, and and potentially you're putting your KDP account at risk. So thank you very much for watching. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and until next time, goodbye.